Hey everybody, Andrew back with another point. This is the third video in my series about being a leader. And to start off, I want to kind of correlate how being a leader is the same as not holding secrets, because that's what the playlist is titled, is I Know All of Your Secrets. And what the actual series is about is being a leader. And so I just want to show you how those two things intersect. And it's just like, if you want to be a good leader, then you can't hold secrets. And the reason for that is because, one, the obvious factor is that if you're holding secrets, then, like I said in the first or introduction video, you're going to stunt your own progression to being the best version of yourself, which is, again, a great leader. Because by holding those secrets, you're going to, when you're around a certain audience, you're going to have to act a certain way. And that's not saying that, having that disguise, that mask on, isn't going to teach you something. Still, even working backwards is moving forwards, if you've ever heard that term. But the less secrets you have, the more actual internal progression you're going to make, because by having those secrets, you're not really becoming a better person. You're just kind of teaching yourself what not to do. You're teaching yourself, what other people's opinions of you are and how they affect in how you're able to teach certain people based on which mask you're wearing at each time. And so, if you want to be a good leader, then you have to leave those secrets behind. And so that's why I called the series that, is because, or the playlist, my bad, that's why I called the playlist that, is because it's like they're kind of the same thing at the end of the day. And so on top of all that, in order to be a good leader, you have to imagine you're really, really good at something, all right? And this is your bar. You got your whole bar right here, and you're that good at something. And then you're pretty much decent at this thing, and you're decent at this thing, and this thing you're not very good at all. And so what having secrets is like just telling people this doesn't exist, and that you are just average at these two things and great at these things, and that you've never even tried to do this thing. And that by doing that, you're going to keep making progression here, you're going to keep making progression here, but you're never going to actually make any progression here. I mean, you're going to learn that people don't like that you're bad at that, but you're not ever actually going to make progress at becoming better at that thing so that people are able to like it. And so that's why you can't have secrets if you want to be a leader. And so what I want this video to be about is just kind of going deeper into the three things that I said in the last video. And over the past 2 days, I was looking on YouTube at what other people were saying about being a leader. And they were just saying, like, qualities of a leader. They were saying that a leader is easy to approach, that a leader is a really positive individual, because if they're not a positive individual and they're not easy to approach, then their actual followers, say you're talking like a fast food restaurant and the manager is the leader, and they're not easy to approach and they're not a positive person, then the staff isn't going to be very positive, and they're not ever going to approach the manager with questions. So when they get in trouble for doing something wrong, they're just going to be like, yeah, whatever, dude. If I was able to ask you without you just being a douchebag, then maybe I would already know that that's not something that I can do. But by looking at those qualities, I realized that's not so much what my three major points in being a leader are. I mean, although they are qualities that you can't put people under you, that you have to try and get something out of every situation, and that you can't ever set a bar for yourself, you can't set limits, that you're already the best at something and you don't need to get any better. although all three of those things are qualities of a leader, they're more like what actually makes a leader. And so the qualities that I noticed they were talking about, I could have a whole series on what makes somebody easy to confront or what makes somebody a positive individual. And so those things are kind of important qualities. They're things that make a leader. Yeah. But it's just like, I don't know how to word it exactly other than they're not things that actually are going to help you become a normal person and then eventually become a leader. Because, like, you know, you can try and be a positive person all day long, and that's not ever going to gain you a huge following, you know. I mean, there's 100,000 YouTubers out there that are just always super happy-go-lucky in front of the camera, and then when they may have a huge following on their YouTube channel, but at the end of the day, you know, no matter how happy-go-lucky they are, everybody around them knows that they're not freaking a good leader, that they're not, you know, that they're not actually a super good person. They're not somebody that's necessarily looked up to. And so it's a little bit different with the three qualities I was talking about. And that's not like me bragging, saying that I have the best video and that their video's trash, because, again, a huge part of being a leader is being able to take something out of those qualities that they had and being able to build that into something that is relevant to you. But the three qualities I'm talking about, they're kind of applicable to every situation. It's like, no matter whether you want to be the best in a fast food restaurant, no matter if you want to be the best artist, no matter if you want to be the best person that ever lived or the most religious man that walks the earth, these are the three things you're going to have to do. You can't put people under you, or else, you know, no matter how good you are at the art, they're not going to necessarily think of you as the greatest of all time, you know. And so, for example, you have Eminem. I hope you guys know who Eminem is, you know, the greatest rapper alive. And how did he get big? He got big by putting everybody under him. And so that's counterintuitive to what I'm saying, that, you know, you have to treat people good in order to be a leader. But, you know, several of his groups fell apart. He doesn't have, you know, he's super lonely. He doesn't have a lot of friends besides, like, Dr. Dre and Royce the 5'9", who are just people who relate with him and pretty much helped him make a huge impact on the world. He doesn't, you know, he broke up with his wife. His wife didn't like him. And, you know, I don't want to, like, get into his life, but these three qualities, they're not necessarily just about being the best at something. They're not just about being a leader. They're about taking who you are and transforming yourself into somebody that everybody looks up to and that does things that everybody else on the whole face of the world, even, you know, people with such high esteem as Eminem, completely don't do. Once they hit this point, they just give up and they just say, yeah, I'm good enough. I don't need to push the bar up higher and keep going. They don't say, yeah, I'm pretty good, but, you know, you can do this too, man. You can pull this off. You can actually do this too. No, a lot of his songs are sitting there saying, you're a piece of crap. You'll never be as good as I am. And it's like, you know, what's the point in saying that? That's literally just like him channeling the devil. It's like, okay, dude, watch me. I'm gonna be better than you because I take everything, you know, I take something out of everything. I don't put myself above anybody, and I have a bar that's higher than your bar has ever reached. So I don't care what you're blabbering out of your mouth. I'm going to be better than you, and I'm gonna be the greatest. And so that is really what a leader is. Somebody who blows the rest of the entire world out of proportion and says, you know, you did this, and that doesn't make you less than me, but I'm going to prove to you that I can be better. All right. And so, no matter whether you're trying to be the best artist, like I was saying, or you're trying to be the best leader, or you're trying to be the best religious professional, whatever it is, you have to look at the current greatest in those things, and you have to kind of see what they did that was, not aligned with these three properties that I'm talking about, and you're going to see how you are actually able to do better than these people. Sure, it's not going to be easy, but it's possible. All right. And so it's not necessarily how to be a leader, and it's not necessarily the qualities of a leader. It's just simply how to be who you want to be, how to have the balls to confront somebody who is 100 times bigger than you on a like a label, their label, or their title, on a playing field of titles. Even if they're 100 times bigger than you, you can be better than them. Even if your title doesn't quite reach theirs, you can be better than them. And if you're that person, then you're going to have followers. You're going to have people who look up to you and want to be like you. All right. And so hopefully that'll help you look towards the great things that you can do in life. Become the person that you really can be, which every single one of us can and should become a leader, is basically what I'm trying to say. I mean, you might not have the title of leader, but you're still going to have people who look up to you, and you're still going to have people who follow you. And that's really the, crappy thing about the English language, alright, is that the word leader puts a certain image in your head, but that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm not talking about how to become that image. I'm talking about something much more great and much more profound, and how to actually change your life from being, just little old you. And that's not me trying to put you down. It's just me being honest with the way that I felt when I was younger, and honestly sometimes how I still feel, just little old me, and how I can become greater than the greatest at whatever it is. All right. That's what this series is about, just to clarify on that. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of this video. Hopefully it helped you out. In the next video, I'm going to be going deeper into each of those three qualities, or whatever, that I'm trying to talk about here. And I'm not sure if I'm going to make a separate video for each of them, or if I'm just going to bundle them all up into one video. Depends how much I have to talk about them. But that's it for today, guys. Hopefully you got something out of it. Hopefully you shoot for the stars and realize that no matter how big somebody is, you can be better than them. And even once you do make it to that place where you're better than them, have the humility to, show the rest of the people out there that, they can become you. Don't just try to be, another Eminem that just says everybody's garbage, because that's not the way to become the best, believe it or not. It's worked for a while, but as soon as somebody has the balls to, help people out underneath them, their following is going to grow 10 times the size Eminem's ever did. And, I can guarantee you that. Anyways, guys, I'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good day, and good luck being the best version of yourself. Peace out.